long story short, everything's about to change. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just now kind of realizing this is the first time I've ever actually talked on this channel or introduced myself. I've just kind of always got into things, you know? Yeah, so I'm Serena Kay. I'm well, when you're seeing this, I'll still be 20 for a couple more weeks. Year-old musician, primarily guitar, and primarily within that classical guitar. I also, obviously, as you've seen, play acoustic, electric, I also, and ukulele, and I also play a little piano, and I think I have demonstrated to all of you that I physically can't sing. Yeah. So today I just wanted to kind of, I just introduce myself and let you guys know about some changes that are going to be coming to my life and my channel. Long story short, everything's about to change. I'm going back to school and I don't want to get that misconstrued. Because generally that phrase is used when you've been pursuing a degree and then you stop pursuing a degree for whatever reason, and then you decide to go back and pursue that degree again. That's not what's happening here. I am physically going back to school. I have been doing remote schooling since March, and my university has decided to allow us back on campus. And so I am physically going back to my school's campus. I'm physically going back to school in the most literal sense of the term. What does that mean for you guys? My background's changing. Although it's always kind of changed. I mean, the first video on my channel was filmed in this room. The room itself was organized differently, but it was this room. Most of my videos have been filmed in my family's home office / music room, music studio. Pretty much the majority of the ones you guys saw in December were filmed in this room, pretty much this spot, except there was a Christmas tree behind me. Yeah. So, main difference, new background. Does that matter? I don't know. We'll find out. The other major difference is it's just not realistic to or doable. I'm not going to have 3 guitars and a ukulele with me. Let's just cut that out of our expectations now. I will have a classical 9-string guitar with me. It will either be the one that you guys have seen and heard on my classical pieces, / jury pieces, or it will be one I borrowed from school. I'm still trying to figure out how comfortable I am taking it on a plane. That's the long and short of it. If you ask me right now, I'm leaning towards it will probably be my personal guitar. It might not be. We'll see. You'll know when I know. Which means the video I'm planning for you guys to see the week after this one is posted is the last normal video for a while. It will be last one on a non-classical guitar, and it will be the last one with what I would consider the normal background, whatever. Which even that there's been changes to, which you guys may or may not have seen by now. I don't really have any major concerns about the classical guitar thing. The nice thing about the classical is it has nylon strings, much like a ukulele. Really, when most of the time when you hear those strings on guitar, it's classical guitar, it's Spanish guitar, it's flamenco guitar, which is very arpeggio heavy. That being said, it's still a guitar. You can still play top 40 pop songs on it, which I will be doing. And honestly, to me, it kind of just sounds like a big ukulele at that point. I can still put a cape on it. There's not picks, so that's less things I have to worry about moving. I'm not worried about it. You guys shouldn't be worried about it. Yeah. That being said, going back to school does put a couple more things on my plate. Actually, I'm slowly realizing I'm going to have a lot of things on my plate this semester and this calendar year. But it's doable. I really enjoy making these videos and posting these videos. And the majority of the feedback I've gotten on this channel has been positive. There's, I won't say there hasn't been mean comments, but more positive experiences have come out of this than negative ones. So I can't help but take that as some sort of sign that I'm on the right track somewhere along the line. Other things you can look forward to seeing from me in the next 6 months, next 6 months to a year. I'm saying this. I'm actually saying this. I pretty much spent quarantine writing an album, and then recording an album, and then producing an album. I also obviously spent quarantine with you guys playing music. So spring / the second quarter of 2021, which at least in my brain is anywhere from April to about August, there will be an album. It's technically, I think, a full length. 9 songs. So that to me is a full length. Yeah. There's gonna be an album. I'm currently filming this and in the process of submitting all the paperwork to the copyright office to copyright it, and then they get to take their time and review everything and say, yes, you own the rights to all of this. Technically, I don't have to do that. However, if I've learned anything in my life, it's you don't know what's going to happen. And I'd rather right now act like in a year I'm going to be the next, I don't know, Billie Eilish, All Time Low, 5 Seconds of Summer, Fall Out Boy, Green Day, Pink Floyd, then I'm going to be the next Beatles. Let's just put it that way. Everyone knows what that would be like, give or take. I would rather act like that's going to happen and have it not happen, but have all the protections in order in case that. I'm not explaining this right. I'd rather act like one day I'm going to wake up and I'm the next Beatles and have taken all of the precautions to be set up for that, then and have it never happen, then have it happen and not have those precautions taken. If that makes any sense. It really doesn't. Basically copywriting all of this stuff will protect me in case anyone tries to be like, this is my song. I wrote it. It's amazing. Ain't it a bop? And I could be like, no, according to the copyright office, now you owe me money, and also it's my song. Technically in the United States, you have copyright the moment you put anything that is in your brain into a physical format. In terms of creative stuff, you have an idea for a book, you write a book, you own the rights to the book. Things can kind of become dicey from there. If someone says, no, that was my idea, then you can be, it's my idea. No, it's my idea. It's just, in my opinion, it's easier to just file the paperwork, cough up like $60 and move on with your life. Because it shuts down, if you ever find yourself in a court case, you basically just go, look at this nice document. Isn't it lovely, judge person? Wouldn't you say that it is a legal document that shows I had ownership? Yeah. That was rambling. You probably don't care. But I'm in the process of copywriting the album, which could take anywhere from, well, you Google it, currently it averages about 2.2 months to copyright something. I don't know what 2/10 of a month is. Would that be like, no. So let's just say there's, using the example of 30 days in a month. 2/10 would be, so like 2 months in a week, right? Give or take. That also being said, the copyright office flat out says it could take up to 5 months. And that's if everything's hunky-dory, peachy-keen fun. Which I think it should be. But there I go using that should word. So yeah, I'm thinking spring/second quarter of this year. That's really vague. But that's about what I know at this point as well. I have no idea when it's going to come out. If you're watching this from the future and it's already happened, please let us know when it actually came out, because I'm intrigued. Other things that are exciting along those lines, I've been accepted into the inaugural things that could go boom. This could go boom creative cohort, which is a really fancy way of saying I've been accepted into a program with other musicians to help myself and others explore our music careers. That makes any sense. Which I'm excited about. I got that email and I applied for it and got the email the day I'm filming this. That said I was accepted, and it still kind of doesn't feel real. I haven't really processed it yet. But I'm excited, and it's a time commitment, a little bit of a financial commitment, but nothing prohibitive. And a year ago I wanted to be doing what I'm doing now, and over the past 12 weeks, it's kind of been crazy. Like, I put out a single, basically, in video format, and it reached over 100 views already. We're I think it's 122. I have another video, that at the time of filming this is at 99 views, which is insane. And it wouldn't surprise me if it hit 100 by the time you're watching this. And I've had people like reach out to me and be like, I'm the publicist, if you need anything. Like, what? Huh? So yeah, I don't know what's gonna come from being part of that cohort, but I can't help but feel like this was kind of how I was meant to spend my quarantine. This was how I was meant to spend my 2020 in getting lost in the music, so to speak. And I think good things are going to come from it. Yeah. Other exciting things. I've been looking into live stream platforms. With the album coming out this year, I will put that finite. I will say that definitively that it's coming out this year. With the album coming out this year, I don't know when touring is gonna, pick up. B, I don't really have the resources or the network to tour. Let's just be real here. Even if I did it all myself, that's just not gonna happen, realistically. I do have a camera and a laptop and a guitar and internet connection and a microphone. Wow, what more do I really need? Like, it's 2021. I don't need anything else. I'm looking into that. An idea popped in my head a little bit ago, I guess. Was doing a virtual concert tour. And what I mean by that, is saying this day at this time, I'm playing I'm playing this day at this time, London time, I'm doing a live stream. This day, this time in Sydney, Australia, I'm doing a live stream. This day, this time, Seattle time, I'm doing a live stream. And what I'm thinking about with that is, I feel like I spent a lot of my 2020 converting things from one time zone to my time zone. Whether that be classes, Zoom calls, interviews, and then, actual concert live streams. Like, I feel like that's a lot of what I did with my time in 2020. And it's kind of annoying. Like, why either A, just list, all the time zones, or a lot of the major ones. I'm mountain time zone, okay? You tell me what it is Pacific time, I can figure it out a lot more than you tell me what it is Eastern time. Like, I'm just gonna cannot compute. So that's an idea I've been toying around with. Not toying around with, that's not a saying. But I've been toying around with that idea, and I think might be something. A little bit more work on my end, but it's not an insane amount of work. It's a Google search, It's so much easier on you guys. And it feels like I'm touring and doing exciting things when I'm just at home. Other things I'm hoping to do this year. This is where I get insane. I would love to write, record, produce, release, the whole shebang, A Christmas album. To quote my grandfather, everyone hip wonder has a Christmas album. So, like, I need a Christmas album, right? That seems a little lofty. Let's just, right now, it just feels like, now you're insane. But I would really, I really want to. I think, we'll see. It seems possible. I'm hoping if feedback and responses for the debut album, the first album, however you want to put it, are good, then I will. I think the biggest thing, going back to copyright and whatnot, is basically I would need to get performance. I would need to research what songs are in public domain, what songs I basically need a performance license for, what I would need to, pay royalties for to use, which is not that big a deal. But it's ever so slightly more complicated than just writing a whole album. Which you would think, like, you're playing someone else's song, shouldn't it be easier? Yeah, no. It's equally as difficult. Plus, like, people have expectations of what Jingle Bells sounds like that they don't necessarily have expectations of what Go Away sounds like. Go Away, out now, link in the description. You know? Yeah, other news, speaking of the description box, I'm going to start putting a link to a Google form down in the description box. Basically, you guys can request songs that you might want to hear on a midweek music. So I don't have to come up with a song, learn the song, and then no one likes the song, you know? I want to know what you guys want to hear, and before long, I'm going to run out of songs that I want to learn. And yeah. That being said, all of that is up to the discretion of the musician. I reserve all rights to not play the song you request, but maybe I will. And if you have a song you would like to hear, there's a form in the description. Yeah. I guess kind of back to album stuff. There's still a lot of work that's going to be put into that. You guys are going to start... Songs are going to start trickling out slowly but surely. From that, I'm really excited. It's also kind of scary. But that means it's good. And that means it's the right thing to be doing. And yeah, means it's important, if nothing else, to me. The plan with that is it be available on all major streaming services, BandCamp. I'm also hoping and I'm researching CD distributors. At press time, likelihood of vinyl seems not likely at all. Very unlikely. That will happen. Currently. Ask me again. I won't say that it will never be on vinyl. I won't say I will never have anything on vinyl. Just right now, no. It's very difficult to find places that will drop ship vinyl. Drop ship vinyl, and B, aren't super expensive. I, as a fan, would not pay $50 for a vinyl unless it was signed. And if it's being drop shipped, I can't sign it. So, it's not signed. I'm not asking you to pay $50 for a vinyl. That's just not how this works. In the future, as things, change, yeah, possibly. And this kind of leads me into the whole, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but getting into, merch at this point is just not gonna, it's, no. Basically, I'm a college student, and all college students are lacking 3 things: time, money, and space. Drop shipping is great for this because it's, on my end, it's fairly inexpensive for most things. Basically, I tell a dropship company, I would like you to make this, and then they say okay. They put it in an online storefront sort of situation, give me a link, whatever, and every time someone buys, they directly handle the payment, they send it, whatever, and I basically just get like PayPal generally at the end of the quarter, at the end of the month, whenever I decide to cash it out. Which is great. Like, don't get me wrong. I just want to. I feel like if I'm gonna do all of that, I want to be a little more hands-on. The companies I found that can do that aren't the companies that I've seen. The companies that I've found that can do drop shipping are not the companies that can make merch that I feel really excited and really driven to work with, if that makes any sense. I don't know why, but I just don't feel like that's the way to go right now. I feel like I just need to wait a little bit, and in a year or so, when I'm not a college student, I have a little bit more time, money, and space. Likelihood is I will be slightly bigger in terms of YouTube and music, and being able to, like personally package orders and whatnot, and actually sign vinyl if it's going to cost $50. Seems a little more realistic. Then again, I don't know what the future holds at all, so we'll see. But right now, I just feel like, A, getting ahead of myself even talking about this, and B, for me to do this in a way that I feel good about, I just can't, because I'm in college and that's important. I have a lot of things going on right now that are all very important. But above all, I guess I want to really verbalize and iterate that I love you guys. I love that I get to do this. I love that people seem to like it. And what? Just what? And I'm really excited for everything coming up in the year ahead and beyond. I can't wait to see where this is all going to take me. Yeah. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you. I love you. And yeah, comment, like, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And I'll see you next time. Whenever that may be. Bye.